Hey guys, a couple of days after Halloween, big guy's day right there. And funny story, for 4 years now that we've been living in this neighborhood, we have given out to the trick-or-treaters homemade caramel apples. My wife's uncle owns and operates a homemade candy store, and we decided that we were going to give away caramel apples. And 4 years ago they were 80 cents an apple, then they went up of course to 90 cents an apple. This year they were $1 an apple, and that's the friend rate, that's the relative rate. But we really enjoy giving back to the community. If you really think about it, what other time of the year do you give back to the community? And it's also just nice to see that Halloween is kind of on the comeback. It suffered kind of a depression there for a while, but more and more houses are decorating, more and more trick-or-treaters are coming out. It's nice to see again. It meant a lot to me as a kid, and it's good to see the apples. The very first year we bought 100 apples and we went through them. We just moved into the neighborhood, we didn't know what to expect. Had candy on hand, worked out well. Second year we bumped it up to 150. Last year was 150, and this year we were up to 180 apples. It's more than the apple. It actually goes inside a little bag. Other candy goes inside there. It gets tied up really nicely. It's a real nice little thing. We put a label on there with our names, and we drop them in. I think we ended up with 7 apples left at the end of the trick-or-treating, which is great. Halloween, as you know, fell on a weekday, and I was at work. My wife needed to get some sleep so she can go to work, and I called, found out how things were going, and she said that the trick-or-treating was just nonstop, one after another. There was 4 boxes of apples that we made with all these little gift bags. And I walked in straight from work, no stops, looked on the kitchen table, and 3 boxes were empty, which means she was going to go up and take a shower, get ready for work, and I had to pass out the last box of apples. And this subdivision, this town, has a time, it's regulated from 3:30 to 7 o'clock. You're done. So I had an hour and a half and to distribute 1 box of apples. I knew I was going to go through it. So I walk in, and it's real hustle and bustle. I come walking in, don't even have my jacket off. My wife's in the kitchen. She's pointing past me, and she's saying, "Hey, you got some trick-or-treaters coming up already." I just wanted to get a hat. I got 3 dogs who go absolutely bananas anytime someone knocks at the door or rings the bell. So I was going to go outside on our front porch. We have a park bench, and I was going to sit out there, eat some taffy apples, eat some almond joys, and pass out the rest of the apples to the trick-or-treaters before they had an opportunity to ring my doorbell and aggravate my dogs, which ultimately aggravates my wife. So I walk in, and I get handed the bowl. The bowl is like the lid of a 55-gallon drum. No exaggeration. It's that round, chock full of candy. So I got this, put a hat on, still have my jacket on from work, and I'm doing one of these where you kind of use your butt to open up the screen door as you're walking out. I look back, and I'm making sure my dogs don't sneak out. I got trick-or-treaters coming up the drive. My hands are full. Right before I headed outside, the last thing that I did was I reached into the refrigerator and I grabbed one of those like 16-ounce bottles of chocolate milk, and I was going to sit out there and have all these wonderful empty calories with almond joys and caramel and chocolate milk. So I set the 16-ounce bottle of chocolate milk inside this huge orange bowl with candy, and I'm making my way out. I already got the apples out there, and I'm looking down at my dogs, making sure they don't escape. I got my butt propped up against the screen door, and the next thing I notice is the bowl gets suddenly slightly lighter, and then the next thing I hear is, "And I'll take that." And I look, and there's this 4-year-old girl, 5-year-old girl, and she's holding my chocolate milk. Now, for those of you that know me, what do you think I did? Did I break that 4-year-old girl's heart, and did I take my chocolate milk back? Or, in the spirit of Halloween, did I let her have it? I mean, it was capped. It wasn't opened. Even under the cap, it has a safety seal. For those of you that don't know me, size me up. What did I do? I broke her heart. "Hey, that's mine!" And I snatched my chocolate milk back from her. It's a funny story, and it definitely made this year's Halloween memorable. It really, really, really made my holiday this year. And, again, all things considered, I should have just let her have it, but I had 9 more back in the house. But for the whole year, I'll just remember, "And I'll take that." So I hope your holiday was as good as mine, and I hope it was as memorable as mine. And looking forward to sharing many more funny tales with you. And thank you for your time.